Verse 15.
Bring it out!
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So basically, them the consequences.
Exactly.
Right.
I understand. Now,
Yep.
So that's why I think this world is corrupt because of that.
It definitely is.
See, it's like a disease, like a plague, like an academic. Now, when you don't do what the Bible say, it's consequences.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going through today. I follow.
Yep.
We know what they are. They call God's charity.
Right, but you know what? All black people, the homicide. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, see how she comes from outside the faith. But like they said, but see, you know the scripture, and you believe in God. I know you do.
Oh, for sure. We all do.
But you know
all these brothers.
I know that, but listen, there's one thing about me. I'm 63. I never been to debate. I don't never argue, because he said in his word, he is not the author of confusion. And there's another thing he say. There's another thing your God say, our Father say, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to listen to the word. So I don't fear nothing, because you're trusting into the Father, right? All these actions will take place. It was prophesied before we was on this earth, before we was conceived in our mother's womb, and we came into this earth already conceived in sin. Because the war happened up in heaven. It was a war up in heaven, happening in the spiritual.
Do you know what sin is, brother?
Sin, well, give me your definition.
I can't give you my definition. I can give you the Lord's definition.
That's
right!
Bring that out.
What is sin?
Because everything we say, we gotta come out of the Bible with it. We can't speak from our own vain thoughts.
Right.
That's all it is,
I
brother.
don't think correct.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I practice humility.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 4.
Bring it out!
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
They do what?
Transgresseth also the law.
But I thought the laws were done away with.
Transgresseth also the law.
So this is in New Testament. We can't listen to the churches that tell you that the law is done away with. Go ahead.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Y'all thought you want to tell me one thing. I'm trying to get a clear understanding while you keep reading. What is sin? What's the transgression? What that mean?
Here, I'm gonna have them read it one more time. The definition is right here.
Okay.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Okay.
So the Lord
what's the
said-
acting event? What do you mean by that behavior? Sin? Which one? Which sin?
By all the sins. We got 613 laws given by the Most High.
That's
So
right!
we have to actually, as being the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we all break down the 12 tribes. We are the ones that's going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why we actually going through a lot of things.
I just learned, so that's why I was asking you.
Yeah, see, because if you just go by what the church told us, they going to tell you it's only 10.
Right, see, it's another thing, young man, we remember. All of us ain't knowledgeable like you know, did that by study. See, a lot of us talk about in the church, talking about 10 commandments, remember?
Yeah, I grew up in the church too, brother.
So a lot of us probably ain't around. It's called mean ignorant. Don't mean we bad people, we just don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Since
for
you
sure.
know much knowledgeable, if we students and you'll be a teacher. See,
Hey,
I can see you being
I'm
a
still a teacher too.
Right.
When that brother over there just got done speaking, I learned a lot from him.
Right.
And then when this brother teach, I learned a lot from him.
Right.
We all do videos. We all get together and congregate and uplift each other.
Yes,
You know,
there you
this is
go.
an ongoing thing. It don't stop.
Right, I understand. But I'm listening to you.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
finish.
you ever heard that you're an Israelite before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. What do you know of the Israelites?
I don't know too much. I know we came from West Africa. That's what they say. Come to find out, it might be a different name back then before it was Africa. There's another, you know.
I said that's definitely true there. But
I'm just saying, that's why I learned in church. So they saying before it was Africa, it was another name.
oh yeah, for sure.
So a lot of us don't know that. So you have to remember, when you teach, and sir, a lot of people don't know.
Right.
I'm 63 still learning. I'm gonna be learning where I depart from it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So I don't know. So I ain't ashamed not to tell you I don't know.
That's humble of you to say that,
that's
brother.
right.
Most
So I
elders,
can
they
learn.
want to argue with us. They think
No,
that they be
I
like,
don't
oh,
do that.
little nigga, you can't tell me nothing.
No, I ain't like that.
Yeah, but it's like every day we learning more. Like I be reading the Bible sometimes, and I be like, I've read the book of Hosea 3 times, but I've been skipped over something before. So it's always nice to get that refresher, because the learning is never over with.
Right,
And you're
right.
definitely right about the lands being in different names before. We got a precept for that as well. Bring that up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. Therein without is
So he's saying the people who are in charge of the world right now, they have an inward thought. You know, they convince themselves of something. We're going to tell you what that is.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
So they think that, you know, the lands that they've made, the buildings that they made, the jobs that they have for people, you know, the governments that are ruling the world, they think that is going to last forever. But go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
They do what?
After their own names.
So that's actually where we get the name America from.
That's what I'm saying. See?
Yeah, that come from an Italian map maker by the name Amerigo Vespucci.
Students and human beings got to know that. See, they don't teach you that in history.
Exactly.
That's history. We would call history.
Yep.
That's another type of history about what we on God's earth. See, you're gonna be a effective, good teacher to tell them the truth from the beginning and to where we're at now.
Yep.
So when you teach them,
And they don't teach you that in Christianity either, bro.
no, right, that's what I'm saying.
They don't teach you that in Christianity.
You have to have a required man. You got to really want to know things.
Oh, yeah.
So like me, I have an inquired mind. I be wanting to know what this word means, what that word means. I want to go to the root, what it really means, what God, you know what I'm saying? Right.
That's right, brother.
That's what I be saying. That's all I be saying. I love what y'all doing.
Yeah,
I'm always hungry and thirsty after right.
There you go.
If you know what it is.
Hey,
I just don't go by what I just heard.
the Bible said man can't live by bread alone, but by the word, by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord.
But you got to know what the Lord said.
Oh yeah, that's why we got to pick up a book and read.
That's right.
We always heard that proverb growing up: you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in the book.
Right.
I was like, or they say that like a black man, I mean, an elevator can raise a family, but a black man can't. Like those are all proverbs. So that's why we got to dig into the scriptures so we can actually come up out of the captivity and the curses that we're living under.
Right. So that's why they say blessings and curses come out. So we have to know how to talk for one thing. Because who was there in the Bible asked for wisdom and knowledge so he can lead his people? Who was that? Solomon?
That was Solomon.
That was Solomon.
So we got to do the same thing Solomon did.
Oh yeah,
You got to do
definitely.
the same identification. Then you got to know how to teach. So the proper teaching.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
ain't going on bad being in. You got to be in fact. You can't be in doubt or he say. That's obsolete.
Yeah,
You
see,
got to be in fact when you
Solomon
teach.
was a mighty king, and he learned from his father, from King David. He was a mighty king, man. I was like, but yeah, that's how everything go down. You got to train up your child in the way they should go, so when they get older, they won't depart from it.
Right. But see, it's easy to say them words. You got to know how to do it too.
Oh,
It
yeah.
ain't about just rehearsing that and don't know how to do it. That's two different things.
Exactly.
You know, the father and the mother got to know how to do that.
Right.
You got to train them up with the true word of God. You got to know, get it straight from the study. Like you say, study to show that stuff approved. A workman not need to be the same, but rightly divide the word of truth. So we got to know what that is before you can be a teacher.
Yeah, it's a word you use there that I really like. It's one of my favorite words is truth. I was like, the Bible actually shows you what the truth is as well. Brother Gabriel's gonna bring that out for you.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142.
Bring it out!
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
What is the truth?
Thy law is the truth.
That's how I was telling you. We got 613 laws, and all those laws are the truth. Because if you training your child up by the law, statutes, and commandments, they won't depart from it. They won't be involved in all the wickedness that we got going on with the media wanting to lead our children to be whores and horror mongers. They want to be drug addicts.
I understand them the titles, but you got to teach them so they can become a student and be taught.
Exactly.
And teachers got to learn how to get their attention. Just say you got a classroom for the students, the boys and the girls. And you the teacher. And the teacher got to be up there knowing what to teach the students.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
before you're going to teach, you got to be in fact what you know, because you're going to plant that seed of wisdom and knowledge into their temple, their body, and their mind.
Yeah, everything that we teach you today, I want you to go back and look into yourself, brother. Do you have a KJV Bible?
Yeah, I got about me. I believe. I
Yeah.
can look this. I know you're telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one of the brothers give you a flyer. If you need a pen,
Yeah,
let us know. You can even write down some of the stuff that we're bringing out for
you.
you.
You like to get?
Yeah, who got the flyers? Can you get a brother a flyer?
Chapter 28,
All right,
verse
my
15.
Bring it out!
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So basically, them the consequences.
Exactly.
Right.
I understand. Now,
Yep.
So that's why I think this world is corrupt because of that.
It definitely is.
See, it's like a disease, like a plague, like an academic. Now, when you don't do what the Bible say, it's consequences.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going through today. I follow.
Yep. Like if you told your child, you'd be like, hey, when I get off work, that trash can better be taken down to the bottom of the driveway. But then you get off work, you come home, that trash still sitting up there at the top of the driveway with flies going around it. Somebody got to get that butt tapped, right?
Chastise.
Right. Brother got a precept for you. A precept is just another verse aligning with the verse that you previously brought out.
Right.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 24 verse 5.
Bring it out.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
We're going to break that down into the three different parts that it says. So start that from the top again.
It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
So the earth is defiled. Give me that, Joe.
Yeah, I'm glad you real touch on to break that down.
Yeah, he said, so the earth is defiled. I was like, you look.
It's because they've been disobedient rebels.
I was like, so we under a different leadership. I remember we were saying that we would be placed on high if we kept the law, statutes, and commandments. So we would actually be in charge and we would be running the world righteously. But since not, we're under subjection under other nations. So that's why you look now, it's always trash in the road. Normally on Saturday night, it'd be horses and carriage coming up and down here. They just be dropping dung all over the ground, and ain't nobody there to clean it up. Because the heathens, they don't really care about what's going on. They don't care that the earth is getting, defiled with everything that they do. You got chemtrails from the planes that come in the morning. Like, you notice you'll wake up and the sky be clear like it is now, and then they'll just have like a stream out of nowhere. And then out of nowhere, it look like you just got chalk sprayed there. That's because them fake clouds. Like, but they don't care. They putting that stuff in the air because it's poisoning all of our food. I was like, you notice now that everything's GMO. You can't even get seeds when you go buy fruit out of the grocery store no more. It's because they want to defile everything. They want to be in charge and change the way that everything is made. When the earth made, everything to be the way that it's supposed to be. He made it.
You're right. I believe they more behind it. It's all about some money. Power.
Exactly.
Controlling things. They selfish. They greedy, they glutton. That's one of them in the 7 deadly sins. It's glutton. Glutton. Being greedy.
Yep.
But I understand that's another teaching. But I was having a thought in my mind about paganism. A lot of them things when you stop believing in the God, we believe in Israel God, then you turn to a paganism. That's right or wrong. Worshiping other things. Like your own thoughts, your own imagination. You worship other things than the Creator. Ain't nothing but one Creator.
Like out of the 10 commandments, the biggest one, the first one is say, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." But then what happened? We worship the so-called white man all of our lives.
Right.
We believe, that this was who the world calls Jesus Christ, when that's not his name. The letter J just came out 500 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
So his name can't be Jesus.
Right.
His name would be Yahweh.
Right.
Can you say that, brother?
Yahweh.
Say that one more time in the mic for me.
You said Yahweh.
That's right.
His name is Yahweh.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So that's who our Messiah would be. That would be the Savior for Israel. It wouldn't be Jesus Christ. His name is Caesar Borgia. Like, you can literally look him up. He is a person, and he was with Leonardo da Vinci, and he actually drew him to be, a Savior. I'm like, if you actually look at this poster here, it goes into iconoclasm when all that stuff happened. That's why when you think of an angel, you got the little white babies that's floating around with diapers on, make you think about Valentine's Day. That's not real, because Christ is a so-called black man. We'll get into that a little bit too.
All these left, that's why I'm saying everything got to be taught, teach different. See everything, they mind confused.
Right.
All that stuff, they deceive them and manipulate their mind, teach up under what you were saying.
Right.
It was wrong. So they got to be taught all over again.
Exactly.
It's going to be a while to have that happen. Because they've been practicing this for years. That's what I'm saying. I'm in 100% agree with you.
Yeah, I say we gotta enter into the Bible with a new mindset. We gotta come in as babes. Like how when you got a baby and they can't even sit up, they don't know how to hold a bottle, they don't know how to talk, only thing they're gonna do is cry. That's what we are. We're all still babes. We're mourning. I was like, we don't know what we're supposed to be doing, and that's why the Lord is sending brothers out on the highways and byways in every city trying to wake our people up. But we gonna get back to these curses right quick so we can finish breaking that down. Where was we at? the precept that had the 3 parts?
And this is Isaiah 24 verse 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant.
No. See, like I'm a student, you're a teacher. I hold my hand up in the classroom. I ask you, teacher, what that mean when they say? What is they talking about right then and there? You know, like it happened in Cry Man as a student. What is they saying when they talking about on that topic?
We gonna read it one more time.
The book of Isaiah 24 verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Defiled, what do they mean by defiled?
That's the being defiled is coming to how dirty the whole world is. So that's how we're talking about the way that they change their foods, and they feed in the Israelites foods that they aren't supposed to be eating.
Yeah, because God's law says eat certain foods and ones you don't want to touch.
Yep.
So you got to explain that to the students so they can get an understand. They got to get a big, comprehend and understand what you're saying. That's you have to feed them right. You know, when they little baby, because they ain't don't know. You can't give them, they still on milk and give them no meat. You understand?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, but yeah,
I want them to absorb this in their nerves so they can know, so that sword come out their mouth, that word is power.
Exactly.
Right, brother. This is sharpening than double-edged sword.
Yep.
All right, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, but it's a lot too. We gonna go into those laws in just a moment. But I was like, yeah, there's food that we supposed to be eating. I'm glad that you know that already. I was like, so that's one of the main things.
There's a lot of stuff I just brought up on, like pork, swine. I don't like eating that stuff.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High, brother. I'm glad you put that stuff down. Because they try to put that on all of our food,
man. A
man.
lot of older people, young people still eat.
Yeah. I was like, when the so-called holidays come around, everybody want to eat chitlins and ham.
All the holidays are paganism.
Bring that out, brother. Say
Yeah, see, I studied that for myself, and all of them paganism.
That's it, brother.
That's another thing.
Brother in the spirit, man. Bring that out.
Actually, not.
All the ones they be celebrating on the calendars through the years, for years before me and you was born, before we came to this point on God's earth, all been worshiped that, practiced that for many of years. I always celebrate Christmas, none of that thing. And it's deep about your birthday too.
Yep. That's right.
So study that. That's right. No birthdays, ain't no such thing birthday.
Nope.
Just think about it.
Nope.
It go deep.
Birthday is damn near a curse, man.
You gotta think about
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 5 verse 13.
Bring it
And
out!
the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
So the Lord has put us into these lands that aren't our home. That's why you're saying when we got taken out of Africa, where we originally from is Jerusalem. That'd be the home of the so-called Jews. I mean, the Jews would be the Southern Kingdom, which is the so-called black man, be the so-called Jamaicans and the Haitians. Like, those are all breaking down into the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
I still did some study. That was a deep lesson still trying to solve in my mind.
Yes.
The things, because Jamaicans, they come from Africa. Come to find out, a lot of us come from Africa. I think it's East Africa or West Africa.
Yeah, they picked us up off the shores of the West.
Yeah, it's a lot of these deep lessons, man.
You look down there, that's a whole display of how where they picked us up from the western shores of Africa. Right. And the only thing we did was get dropped off into different parts of the world. So that's why a lot of the Northern Kingdom brothers, like the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Native Americans, everything, those are all children of Israel as well. That would be the Northern Kingdom.
See, that's nothing you got to teach that. But you know what? I'm telling you something. I was shocked. Can't think of his lady's name. That was in West Africa. She was a queen that so trained our people to the I guess called the white man. You know, for slaves.
Yeah.
So you got to know that stuff about history if you're gonna teach history.
Yeah, that's one of the
That's why they gotta be taught all over again. Right. You know, but we ain't gonna be no good teachers if we ain't got the knowledge of the truth for ourselves to teach them.
Yep.
That's what's very important. The teachers gotta do a lot of stuff. Then you can go out there effectively and teach. That's right. And you gotta be patient, because they'll have an inquiring mind like me. I'm gonna be a bunch of us have an inquiring mind all different ages. Want to know the truth. That's right. We are hungry and thirst after righteousness, but we got to be taught righteousness. Yeah. We got to know what righteousness is without a doubt. That's right. Hey, I got to go. I enjoy talking to you, brother.
Let me break down one fast curse for you right quick, brother, before you go. So we already discussed the Deuteronomy 28 and 15. He said that if we didn't listen to the Lord thy God, that curses would come upon us and overtake us. So we're going to bring in one of the biggest curses. Jump to 68.
Yeah, let me get that. What's that?
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
28 and 68.
Yes.
Now, I'm studying this when I get to the house.
I want you to read that whole chapter, brother.
I'll read the whole chapter.
Yeah, read Deuteronomy 28, start from the top and go all the way down.
I'm riding what you want me to say.
All
But I
praise to the
don't
Most
like
High.
to speak on nothing and be in doubt and I ain't in fact.
That's it.
Because you're wasting your time. I ain't trying to get approval from man and woman.
That's it.
See, my goal, I ain't trying to get attention from man and woman, no nationality. As long as I'm doing what the Father said.
That's it.
That's the main in my mind.
Yeah, following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what we put here for. We supposed to speak as the oracles of God. We can't speak from our own vain thoughts, talking out the side of our neck, just saying whatever we want to.
That's right. I call it talking that 3-2 sneak stuff out the side of your dick. That's what I call it.
That's it. Yeah, the spirit, man. Bring out Deuteronomy 28, 68.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
I say, so we already discussed that Egypt, you know, they were slaves in Egypt. The Israelites were building the pyramids and everything back then.
Right.
So now he's saying that he bring them into Egypt again, but this time he's not talking about physical Egypt. Because when Moses brought them out of Egypt, they split the Red Sea and they were able to just walk right out. So this time he's saying that they bring them in Egypt again. But there's a key point to this to let you know that we're not talking about the physical land of Egypt. We're talking about spiritual Egypt.
Okay, see, teach on that. See, we and I, we thinking about it's the physical.
Exactly.
See, that's why I say them teachers got to preach. They be up there preaching, having Bible study. You got to break that stuff down.
Yeah, but the preacher ain't gonna bring this out. He don't tell you who the Israelites are. He gonna read you a verse out of Psalms, a verse out of Proverbs. He gonna bring you John 3:16.
Stuff like that.
They gonna turn on the music. Everybody gonna dance. Big Mama gonna fall out, lose a wig. Everybody gonna start throwing their hats like it's damn graduation, and then they gonna pass collection plate and go home and go eat damn pork again. And we already know that that's not one of the foods you're supposed to be eating. Go ahead and finish that verse out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Now, brother, wouldn't we led into captivity on ships?
Yeah,
I said, we didn't come over here in a Dodge Ram.
Right.
You know, we didn't get picked up
They
on the Metro Link.
They ain't made that point yet, modern day.
Yeah.
But they have that stuff back. They had camels, horses, oxes, mules, and all types of stuff like that.
We didn't hop on the train while the conductor is dumping coal inside of it.
Right.
You know, we didn't hop in a helicopter and get a tour ride over the mountains. Like, we came over on ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
I said, so he was telling us that we wouldn't see Egypt again. We wouldn't see our homeland either. And now we serving other nations in lands that we know not. Go ahead.
Slacky. Yeah. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Said, and then that's exactly what happened when we got off the boat.
There ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Say it one more time.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
See what I'm saying? You got to know who your enemy
For
is.
bondmen and bondwomen.
Your enemy is.
For what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
So we'd be sold as slaves.
Right.
So that's exactly what we did. We came here, we had to pick cotton, had to pick
And that's
sugar,
all that paganism stuff come in.
had to pick
You know what I'm
tobacco. And next thing you know that we dealing with damn Southern Baptist religion, man, and our people were forced to teach us the plantation doctrine. They tried to give us a slave Bible and take away all of the major books out of the Bible, try to have verses so we couldn't figure it out. But I mean, the word of the Lord ain't gonna come back void. He gonna make sure that the children know His name and know what they need to be doing.
No, his
Go ahead and
word
finish that
ain't
up.
word will never change. You just be accepting to the truth when you know it and be taught the truth the right way. Right. You can't throw
And no
anything
man
out
shall
there.
buy you.
He said, and what?
And no man shall buy you.
And we already know that that's not going into no man would actually pay for you, because clearly we know that we became slaves. We were sold out to the Johnson plantation, sold to the Jackson plantation. What's your last name, if you don't mind me asking?
Brown.
See, you were sold out to the Brown plantation.
Right. See, that's another thing I always had to grab, man. I did some sweet research on all of that. Them slave names.
Exactly.
I'm not
Because those was all
Right.
plantation owners.
Yeah,
Your
right.
last name means that basically you were that's who you was owned by. So when somebody catch you out in public, and just like how I ask you your name, you go, oh, well, I'm whatever your first
My
name is, Brown.
Slave. Anthony is a slave name.
Yep.
My first name Anthony. Last name is slave. Them slave names.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly, because
Right.
we had Hebrew names. Our names
Right.
wasn't Anthony. It wasn't Robert. It wasn't Anthony. You know, like
you know they call my name? They say it's a common name. So we all got common names. We that you don't get your name changed. You have to pray to the God Almighty and ask him what name he wants you to have.
yeah. I was
Your
like,
true name.
yeah,
That's
when,
another
when we
thing.
all waking up and we coming back together, we actually naming ourselves and naming each other. You know,
Man.
like we give a
tradition.
brother a powerful
We
name
passed
based
like I got
on.
my son. I paid my son name down a slave name. You see what I'm saying? That's tradition. We name our kids after us. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. So how we gonna ever move until we have to stop? We have to break. We got to change a whole lot of names, everything.
Yeah,
You got
exactly.
to find out. You got to go back into the knowledge and find out what tribe and what name.
Yeah, I was like, brother, that's one of the things that's on the back of your flyer.
right
Is
here.
this poster here? It shows you what tribe each of our brothers and sisters come from.
Now that's what's gonna excite me. Find out what tribe I'm
There you go. So now when people ask you, you know, they ask you who you are, you can say that you are
No
what?
problem standing on because everything else has been a lie.
Yeah, because you wouldn't call yourself a black man, you call yourself what? An Israelite,
Yeah,
And you
black
be-
man for what it say?
void of light.
Yeah, it's another, what's the definition of black?
That's why they use the word black contained with all bad
Yeah,
things.
well,
They say
well,
a black cat crossed your path. They consider that bad look.
Okay, what's like white? What's the definition of white?
So white they try to label as purity. That's why the so-called white man want to call themselves that to try to make you
That
think
ain't
that
the
they
proper
pure.
name. They ain't the proper teaching. That's the wrong knowledge. So we spreading like a disease, academic, a lie, all across the whole planet Earth.
Exactly.
So everything gotta be taught right. So all them seeds they plant, them negative thoughts, them negative seeds are wrong.
Yeah, that's why we were out here rebuking all that folly and vanity that we've learned before. And that's why we got to return back to the Lord and start keeping His commandments.
So you know, like, so just say we look at, we got these out, we look at, we full of wisdom and knowledge what God give us. We can look and know what it means. We can look at creation. Everything got a meaning, a definition.
Right.
You can look with your two physical eyes what their nationality is, full of wisdom, who they truly identity. You have to know that knowledge before when you can see.
Yeah. That's why we always like to try our people.
You see what I'm saying?
We like
I
to
can
try
look
our
at you
people
and
by
say,
the Spirit.
I know. I can just look at you. If I'm full of the wisdom.
Yeah. Because we seen a brother come down the street earlier, and he was so light that he was almost the same color as the so-called white man, which they nationality would be the Edomites. How we're the Israelites, they're the Edomites.
Okay.
Like the Arabians, they would be Ishmael. They the Ishmaelites.
Right.
I was like, then you got Ammon, those are the Japanese, the Ammonites. And you got Moab, that's the Chinese. Those
Okay,
are
what about the
Moabites.
Indians? What do you see that Indians is?
Well, which type of Indian? There's different Indians too.
Okay. Let's say if I'm wrong, help
You
me
mean
out.
like the Native American Indians?
I'm talking about the original Indians. They say everything come out of Africa. So
Yeah, that would be the Gadites. Those are
Yeah.
Israelites as well.
all right, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
Gad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was like, because you also got like East Indians. You know, those aren't our people. Because some of them, if you look at them, they'll be just as dark as us. They'll be as dark as us, if not even darker. Like you go
okay.
over to the corner store, it's gonna be a East Indian man that might be darker than you, but he's selling you cigarettes that got pork in them.
Right.
He gonna be selling you damn bacon. He gonna sell you cheap liquor. You know, and those are all things that keep the so-called black man being docile.
Oppressed, ignorant.
Exactly.
And plus, then they want to make a profit. So they can be full of wisdom and knowledge about, more knowledge and full of wisdom, more knowledge about us, but they motive and they man heart, they know they need some money to take care of their family.
Exactly.
And they don't care who they have to hurt or deceive or manipulate so they can get the people to buy their product.
And if you look at them, when they come over here to this country as immigrants,
Right.
they living better than us.
Right.
The government give them money so they get to
Right.
live out in the nice neighborhoods, but then they hit the west side, they hit the south side, and then they out there, you know,
They own a
selling.
lot of stuff
Yeah,
around
they
here.
getting all their money from us because they build up the beauty supplies, they build up all the fish and chicken spots. You ain't gonna see no fish and chicken spot out there in Chesterfield. You ain't gonna see no fish and chicken spot out there in no Fallon.
Right.
Those are only gonna be in the hood because they want to keep us in this docile state.
Right.
I was like, so they make all their money off us, and then they go hop back in their Benz and then drive to the good neighborhoods, just to go live by the same people that have kept us captive and go treat them like
I
shit.
think the same way you think, but I have to stop. See, that's why we got to gain the wisdom and knowledge and set example. If you're going to be a positive role model, you got to start somewhere. If you want to be an entrepreneur, have your own business, then you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to set example like your light shine. Then you're going to be a beacon of light.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
See, there's even a thing, because there's nothing, you know, wrong with becoming an entrepreneur, you know, starting a business, providing from your family, but there's actually a curse tied to that as well. Bring that Deuteronomy 28 and
What
37.
you saying, big brother? What? You can't have your own business?
No, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm talking about you do everything because they say they been swapping stuff, like, you know, trade and stuff. See, we live in a modern day time, but this ain't nothing new up under the sun.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
They've been trading and swapping and back and forth for many a years. I believe this been going over a million years, man. We just doing our generation time, swapping and trading.
Right. Yeah, I was like, because there's nothing wrong with owning a business, but there's just it's a curse tied to that as well.
Is that what it is? No, that's go to them in one of our legs.
Which one is it?
48. 28, 48.
What was it again?
28, verse 48.
48.
Yeah, all right, so, yeah, bring that up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Yeah, I was saying there's nothing wrong with having a business, but we still living under curses. So there's a left-hand side to that owning a business as well. Bring it up.
Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So we already established who our enemies are.
All right.
Yeah, like we already know that's the Edomites. Go ahead.
In hunger,
And what?
in hunger.
So every time you want to get food, you gotta go to somebody else to
You
get.
gotta go to the enemy.
Yep.
Basically.
I was like,
Oh,
'cause-
bro, they the billionaires, trillionaires. They got all the money. The grain like over in Russia. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like,
they tripping out the oil, the gas, and the grain over there,
Right.
and you can't. I understand.
I say, because even if you got a farm and everything, you still got to get your animals from them. You got to buy your land from them, you know, and then they're going to tax it. So you never even traditionally own that land. You never own your own property because you still got to pay them for it. So whenever they want it back, they can come take it the same way they did when we so-called got out of slavery. The acreage and stuff that they gave them, they end up just finding a crafty way to take it all back.
Right.
They just going to do that same thing as they. Go ahead.
And in thirst.
I said, so that's the same thing with water. They put the water in bottles now, and they make you buy it. I was like, so they got a label on there. You never know what they actually putting in that water. You know, you never know who actually owns these water companies because it's never us. It's always going to be the heathen. I was like, and then when it comes to water, water is supplied from the earth. You know, water
They
is
charge it from there. A lot of water is polluting, they saying right now. A lot of water is contaminated
yeah.
on earth. So you can't even drink water. They say somewhere down, what was that, Jackson, Mississippi. A lot of people was moving because of water contaminated.
I was like, they was just saying that it was I'm not 100% if I'm saying the right name, but I think they said that it was polio that's in the water in New York right now. So
Okay.
it's some kind of sickness that's going on in the water up there as well. You got Flint, Michigan, still don't got clean water. If you wanted
We
to
ain't got
collect,
clean water here, bro.
yeah, if you want
They
to
told us
collect,
to boil our water now.
yeah, they just told me to boil my water like a week ago.
Yeah,
Right.
over there like Jefferson.
Yep.
Man, all thing up in there is polluted. It's contaminated.
Yeah, if you want to collect rainwater, they charge you for it. You get fined for doing that. Finish that out.
And in nakedness.
I said, so every time you want to buy clothes, so even if you start a clothing company, if you can have your own materials and stuff, but you still buying all the material from them. Even though we picked all the cotton, we still got to buy our cotton t-shirts from them. That's madness. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
So everything that we need, we got to go through them. Whether it's a driver license, whether it's clothes, whether it's shoes, whether it's your car, whether it's gas, whether it's something to drink. You know, even the Bibles that we buy, we got to pay for. This is the word from the Lord that's for us.
That money that you got when we have in our pocket, them dollars, you was surprised with that money made out of. It's some kind of pregnant linen and stuff.
That's made out of 70% cotton.
Man, it come out. A lot of stuff come from these trees. They get by You know what I mean? Trees that die a year.
Right.
There's a bunch of them, man. I think it's up in the million. If it ain't a million, it's up in the thousands.
And they ain't even just they dying on their own. They do. The trees are the same way as us, because we're compared to trees in the scriptures.
Right.
But the trees are chopped down the same way they chop us down on a daily basis. Well, on top of, with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to close up.
All right, my
brother,
brother.
bring me a precept here, man.
Yes, right.
You're more than welcome to stay around if you want to, brother. I was like, we got another brother that's gonna come up and bring it out even more mightier than I am, man.
But y'all, I'll catch y'all again, you know, but I appreciate what God gave me so far.
Right, brother.
But I'm on the same page. But we gotta be in fact what we teach.
For sure.
And I see you got boldness, you courage, you have an inquiring mind. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And that's all we're gonna do. Thus saith the Lord. I say we out here every Saturday, usually around like 4 to, you know, around whenever we feel like closing up. It's all up to the Spirit. Bring me the book of Zephaniah 3 and 8.
Let me write that down, Zephaniah chapter 3.
Yes, sir. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. And then give me Revelation 14 and 7. And then you read down to 8.
You said chapter 3, verse 8?
Yes. Yep. Got that?
All the way to 14?
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith.
So what are we doing?
Wait ye upon me.
So we waiting on the Lord, man. We waiting on Hamashiach Yahushua, man. Our King, our Savior, man. Our Lord of Lords, our King of Kings. The Lion that comes from the tribe of Judah, man.
Saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Until when?
The day that I rise up to the prey.
Until he does what?
To rise up to the prey.
And he gonna destroy the people who have had the children of Israel in captivity for all these years. Go ahead.
For my determination is to gather the nations.
What does the Lord want to do?
Gather the nations.
Say he's gonna bring back the northern and southern kingdom, man. Go ahead.
That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation.
I said, man, so the Lord is pissed off. He coming to rain down his terror upon the heathen, man. That word that's quicker than a two-edged sword, the Lord's gonna come back with a sword as well. He gonna take down all the heathen. He gonna take down 2/3 of our people as well, because they're not gonna want to return back to the law, statutes, and commandments in these last days.